Chris King, KGNOOB. What homes you ain't know? We're UFO. Cargo khakis, polos, and fresh kicks. That's the definition of what the cargo kids is. SOS, yes, spaced out swagger. I never do anything right, I'm backwards. I'm so galactic, so erratic. You niggas on my old swag, you can have it. The world is mine and your girl is too. So do us a favor, make room for the crew. Wow.
Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
They not from around here.
I think it's an invasion. Who they? They're not from around.
It's gotta be my imagination.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
Man, they not from around here.
I think it's an invasion.
With DJ.
Who they?
They're not from around.
It's gotta be my imagination.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
DJ Skinny.
They not from around.
Let's go.
Who that?
Respect the DJ.
Slippin' Slide DJ.
It's gotta be my imagination.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
I think it's an invasion.
Man, they not from around here.
I think it's an invasion.
Rockstar.
Greetings, Earthlings, this is my introduction. They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing. Spaced out swag, best believe I'm paper touching. Super stupid flow, and you bitches can't tell them nothing. UFO, uniquely flying outstanding.
And we are live.
Hey, we live, baby. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the WhoDat, the WhoDat podcast, the #1 podcast on this side of the Mississippi and Nile River. I'm B. How y'all doing? If you don't know, I'm the hostess with the mostest, I guess.
The hostess with the mostest.
We got the captain, Paco DeMario. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
And we have our reoccurring political analyst, friend of the show, very smart man, very cool dude. Joining us again, Josh Hay. How you doing, bro?
Living the dream.
Living the dream, man. So, your Facebook says Joshua.
Yes.
But Josh is like... Okay.
The reason I go by Josh, it's just easier. When I was going to school, there were like 12 Joshuas because apparently parents had no creativity during the 80s and just like, Josh, that word, Joshua.
Well, you know, all the
After
names.
70s, everybody was trying to get biblical. They were like, we need God after this.
Yeah.
I think it's Dolly Parton, actually. She had a song about big dumb redneck or something like that, not thinking about how it's going to scar us when we get older.
So, the names go in phases. Like, you got the Jacksons right now and all that stuff. And I think that's from, like, Sons of Anarchy Jax. You know, everybody wants to call a kid Jax. There's a bunch of Liams. There's a bunch of...
Right.
Yeah, there's all that. People name their kids in waves.
Game of Thrones apparently is producing a crap ton of names.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think Daenerys is one of the uptrending female names.
Right, yeah.
For real.
Yeah. So... A bunch of white kids named Daenerys. Why you fucking up their job situation?
For real.
Well, you know they're going to get the application with Daenerys Johnson. We're going with Jessica White.
It's another thing you think about. It's like they also pulled a fast one on it's Jon Snow. Well, what's his name now?
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, Jon Snow.
But
People changing their last names.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the last name situation. I've always wondered that because I was gifted with a 3-letter last name. Hey.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the ones that have like the long Polish-like last names and stuff like that.
Right.
The weird spelled ones.
Yeah.
The
All
SPR.
over.
SPR, bro.
Yeah.
That's how mine starts. Court is a bitch for me. It doesn't,
Yes.
it doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm in this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I pray every time, like, just let them start backwards today.
Right.
Just
And
start
you
as
know what?
Z.
Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do
I
that
haven't
shit.
been there yet for it.
Yeah.
I haven't been there
Oh
yet.
man.
For real.
So
I've been hearing about some videos going around, man.
yeah.
I don't know all of them. Who's in here? Who's looking? All the viewers. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How y'all doing? All the viewers and everything. Some videos of a pastor, a barbershop, and
I saw the barbershop and the pastor video.
you seen both?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Haven't seen
My barber, shout out, you know who you are. My barber sent me the barbershop video. I don't know why. He always sends me the trending sex videos. I don't know why. Get a cut with your cut.
So what's the barbershop video? Is it like
If it's the one that I saw, it's like 3 chicks and a guy going to a barbershop, and then they like serve the entire barbershop up. Yeah, serve them up.
what?
Yeah.
What, so 3 girls go in a barbershop and just start getting.
Yeah, they have a guy with them. I don't know what the significance.
He's giving head too?
No.
Oh.
No. 2019, baby.
I'm like, what the hell?
You're
is
right.
this? So 3 chicks go in a barbershop and just start giving head.
Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie said hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, thank you for watching, Steph.
Right.
Shut up and eat.
Right.
So 3 girls walk in and start. All right, that sounds like a great video.
Yeah.
The pastor I heard was giving head too.
Yeah.
So this is just a bunch of head videos going around.
Yeah, but it's like the pastor looks like the dude from the Tyler Perry, the little short, dark skinned, bald headed dude. So that's what he looks like. So I feel like I'm watching like a Tyler Perry parody.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
Here's a video of Mr. Brown eating pussy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
no.
weird. It was too weird for me. I couldn't.
Yo, if anybody has the videos, please send them to me.
Yes, Brandon wants to see the videos.
ain't
Drop
seen
the
it.
link.
I want to see Mr. Brown eat some pussy.
Yeah.
Yo,
so-
somebody please let me see those. That's
Yeah.
crazy as hell. Man.
Right. So.
What? That's wild. That's the all right. So that's trending.
Have you ever had a video leak?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
No.
I ain't never had a video.
I don't make them, so
I've
they don't
been-
leak.
I make them, but
Yeah.
I've been suspected of being in 2 videos. But
Yeah.
it wasn't me though. But I've been suspected.
Okay.
Yeah,
It wasn't you. Are you? Is that the story you sticking to?
this motherfucker. Right.
That's the story I'm
I'm
sticking
going
to.
straight like OJ on this.
Right. Sorry, I'm sharing this to everybody. I know they're like, man, that nigga on his phone. No,
Yeah, just do a watch party, man.
I did it, but I shared it to certain groups too, so we get viewers that are not already affiliated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
a
gets
podcast
shared.
tip. Boom. Share this to your groups, your friends. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So, Josh, how's it been since the last time we saw you?
A lot of work, and I feel bad because I was right about one thing.
Okay.
The shooting incident that went out of the limelight for other stuff that happened.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
you were right.
besides that,
Damn.
yeah,
You were right.
it's personally great. But as a viewer of history and politics, greener pastures will come one day. Or there's songs about that old stuff, greener fields or some stuff like
Man,
that.
and that because it's you. He just reminded me of the shooting.
Yeah.
and I hadn't.
We hadn't addressed
everything's
it,
been
had
swept
we?
over like so fast. Damn, that wasn't that long ago.
No.
Wow,
But
you were right. You called it.
it's
We move on real quick.
the American way.
Yes.
I wonder if as a society we just have so much stuff going on that because like
No, we
as
can
the
see.
United States, we have our hands into everything.
All right.
So I wonder if it's the fact that just because of how we do things, we can't really, focus on anything more than like a week or two.
Honestly, I think, and that is a good perspective on it. I feel like after a while, once you keep looking at something and you know something, action's required on some level, and we're so into just holding the phone and looking at it,
Yeah.
to where we don't. The action part, it has to be real, like the strike going on right now. Like it has to be like real deal, top level emergency before we do action about
What's the
it.
term? Impersonal? Like the news is so impersonal.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Texas or Ohio. Well, we're Tennessee.
Right.
And so, like, I'm sure, like, the strike for some people, like in New Mexico or something like that, it's probably not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all.
Right.
They're fine.
Right.
They're fine. They're doing okay.
Yeah, I mean,
they're like, oh wow, it really sucks for those guys.
yeah, I mean, or if they even think about it at all.
Right. They probably don't. It's probably not even their news feed.
Yeah.
And like on your timeline, you know, they got the algorithm for your location and other people around you, what they're sharing. So they might not even be updated that there's a strike happening.
That's why I like
until
newspapers.
the dealership
I know it's
goes dry.
old-fashioned, but I
Yeah.
like newspapers because, like, big newspapers like the New York Times or like the LA Times or like the Washington Post, everything's on them.
Everything.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you might have a front page. It's like some big thing in Tennessee happens, big thing in Texas happens, California.
You get updated on.
Yeah. Oh, well, South Carolina, this happened. So
I'm subscribed to like 18 different newspapers on my phone, and that makes my phone blow up crazy. And that's another reason why I'm a bad texter, because I don't know when my phone's going off for the right reason.
Right, right. You don't know if it's people or bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But it does keep me updated on every damn thing going on.
Yeah.
Like Bernie being back, baby. 25,000 at the rally, New York. We in here. AOC. Yeah, she's supporting. Michael Moore, he's supporting. What's up? We winning. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But America, though, we do like fuck up often. But the best thing for us, ignorance is bliss.
Right.
So if you just don't acknowledge the fuck up, or if you don't really put action into it, you just let it be swept under the rug, you can go on with your regular day. You can keep watching Love and Hip Hop and Desperate Housewives and all that, and everything's back fine. We just like to be snug in our own little
That
cocoon.
security.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's this movie about the media, and if you watched Zeitgeist, then there's different clips of this movie in the Zeitgeist documentary. But I think it's called The Media or Newsroom or something like that. But this guy he's ranting about how we love the artificial cocoon we put on ourselves.
Right.
And I think that, like, especially with social media, it's so easy to keep your cocoon what you want to see.
Yes.
You can tunnel vision your way through reality now.
Well, that's why you have people with news feeds, and this is. I don't want to say anything ever bad about the right, because it's just how they believe things are.
Right.
But I guarantee you, their
I think some of
news
y'all
feed,
fucked up.
their news feed phone is different from my news feed.
Yeah, definitely.
Mine's probably a lot more slanted towards left issues, where theirs is more slanted towards
Towards
right.
the right,
Now,
yes.
don't get me wrong. There are some extremists over there. There are extremists on our side, extremists everywhere. If there's an idea, there's an extremist.
All right, I got a question.
Yes.
What is the difference between a liberal or left extremist and a right or Republican extremist? Because in my mind, those are two. Even the extreme of
Yes.
each of them aren't even balanced. I feel like an extreme liberal just is like, hey man, we just on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like an extreme right, if like going to the extreme, is tiki torches and lynchings again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. But we're in a very southern place, so I think that could go like an extremist here where we live on the right side of things. Like that's history once again.
Yeah.
But I feel like an extremist on the left, that I don't see violence coming from that. Is there a violent like potential for being an extreme leftist?
I know the right complains about Antifa. Sometimes there's been issue with violence at their
What is
rallies.
Antifa? Can you tell me, please? I don't know what it is.
Oh, really? You don't know that Antifa?
I swear I don't know what it is.
Okay,
I know
go
that they
ahead.
fight in Portland a lot.
Yeah, Portland's their.
White folks are going crazy in Portland. Y'all are swinging on each other in the streets. I don't know why, but Antifa is fighting.
The right accuses because, in fact, Portland has a left-leaning mayor, so he doesn't seem to stop Antifa can do marches in Portland easier than other places.
Okay.
So some of the right people who want to fight, like the Proud Boys or something like that, Portland's a dream come true, because Portland is like, Antifa's going to have a march there. So if you want to go cause some crap, you know where to go.
So what's Proud Boy? What's Antifa? Let me come back.
I can't remember the guy's name. There's a fellow who started this group, Proud Boys, and it's this whole idea of identifying of what it means to be a man. Tattoos and
Okay.
really
All right.
it looks like a hipster coalition.
That's what it
No
sounds
offense
like.
to hipsters, I'm just saying.
And this is Proud Boys?
Yeah, this is Proud Boys.
Okay.
And they're more in that line of they'll throw a punch in a heartbeat.
All right.
And thus
So they're nostalgic manly man.
except for when you look at them, when I think of when people idolize like what masculinity is, I always I think of like the 40s. You know, the guys working on scabbard, like on top of the thing.
Oh,
just-
walking the scaffolding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their idea, like they're really part of no other group except maybe their union that they're working with.
Right.
They go home. They have their
The family.
they make TV shows about it forever. Not great.
Blue collar gentlemen.
Yeah, blue collar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now you got these guys with the oiled hair sort of way, tattoos.
Comb overs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's.
The neo greaser look.
I think Vice actually did something over the Proud Boys.
And I like Vice. I'm surprised I haven't.
I'm thinking
Seen
Vice may have had something over them because I think his name's like Dennis McGinnis or something like that. McGinnis. He has like an Irish sounding last name.
So they like the fight, and Antifa is what is Antifa? Is that an acronym?
Anti-fascist.
more or less.
Yeah.
Anti-fascist.
Yeah.
Well, shit. All right, fine. That's great. That's anti-Hitler, right?
It,
Break it down.
the best way,
something?
Antifa wears masks just like some of the old right does, and there sometimes riots. And,
There's V for Vendetta mask abound, aren't there?
No, that's anonymous.
yeah, that's anonymous.
That's
I
a
think
whole
they're
nother
hackers.
group of
Yeah.
folks.
More like I don't want to call it like the cowboy kind of thing. The mask is pulled over half with hoodies. Cowboys with hoodies.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos of them fighting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's Antifa.
Yeah, that's
all right,
Antifa.
All right. Shout out to World Star. Sorry.
So the whole idea is like the message. The one idea of yes, fascism's bad. Let's
Right.
do this.
Yes.
But we shouldn't do it certain ways.
Right.
Because if you go with violence, and this goes back, Martin Luther King Jr. and the others realize, you go with violence, you lose your credibility with the other side. The minute you throw a punch or shoot something, then they could just brand you as an extremist or a terrorist or something like that.
Right.
Credibility is down
Yes.
the toilet.
So if you refuse to use the methods they're using,
Yeah.
it puts you theoretically on the high ground.
Okay. And shout out to Martin Luther King.
I mean, I
Great
think
guy.
that's the best way.
But
to,
if it's anti-fascist,
yes,
then the credibility that you're losing is with a fascist supporter, right?
the whole thing is not everybody on the right is fascist.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like when they get into their fist fights and stuff.
Yeah, when they get in the fist
Yeah.
fights,
It's like
but
in
it's
their
the ones
mind,
that,
they're seeing like you're a fascist
Yeah.
supporter. I'm anti-fascist. I'm
it,
gonna
it
punch you in the
becomes so
face.
black and white it's dangerous.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, and if you have a
So these are the extremes of the right and the left.
Yes.
Coming. Oh shit.
I mean,
Okay, I'm getting the answer to
Yeah.
all my questions at one time. Okay.
I mean, because even though it's not the case, sometimes the left has been accused of causing riots in major cities. No, I mean, it's bad, but
I'm
it's
sorry. I see like liberals as like hipsters. all the
yeah, I
time.
know.
So I
But you
just-
got to remember though, like you're looking at it as the California leftists.
Yeah.
I mean, there are leftists everywhere. Detroit,
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
And Detroit
Right.
left. That's a whole
I
nother
guess I
left.
just got like the prototype in my head. I'm just
Yeah,
sandals,
I mean-
riding a bike in between traffic.
No.
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 Well, you got to remember another left-right versus fight. Theoretically, how some media has put it is the populace versus the police department,
Ah,
and that's a left versus right in
I
some
hate
cases.
the police. Can't stand them.
But,
Hate them.
but I mean,
Would I be
that's
on
one
the
of
left or the
the.
right of that fight. The police will obviously be on the right, right?
I mean, police is whatever they're told to do,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you
Like,
can't.
but this is one of those things they point out and say, well, that's left versus right because on the right we respect law and order.
Oh,
yeah.
On the left, because I think they refer a lot of right politicians call themselves the law and order candidates.
Right.
law and order candidate.
And the funniest thing about it,
SVU.
to me, about the right, and I'm not right or left, but the funniest thing about the right to me is they're like, yeah, we abide the law that we're stocking up guns to overthrow.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, just in case we got to overthrow.
Just in case it goes too far.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, though. I do agree with that. America is unique in that way that we have an armed population that is the fail-safe of the government going too far. There's
But
other countries like over the
Those who
sea.
those who argue against the Second Amendment right also tell you that's why we have such a high suicide and
Very
that
true,
shooting
that
rate too.
Yes,
Right.
there's two sides of the coin.
Oh, yeah.
definitely, and I agree with that. And I don't think that assault rifles and all that should be sold in Walmart and everything. I think you should be able to get them if you go through the right channels. But so I see where they're coming from with that. But I like the fact that you keep the big guy scared. If Big Brother knows you ain't got no guns,
But how scared is he? He has drones and tanks.
They have hold on, wait. To me, the scariest part is the biological stuff that they.
Yes.
That's way scarier than any gun. You know, pump of gas through a home.
but it's the sheer numbers.
Yeah.
Just sheer numbers. The amount of people that own guns in the country has to outweigh the amount of people that are enrolled in the military.
Right.
Yes. It has to. So just sheer number, like just number against number for us. I just like the fact that you can scare the fuck out of them. Like we can't do everything like that shit they tried to pull in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that here. Just from the fact that some motherfuckers got guns. I like it.
Right.
But it's hard. Now, when Kanye West is talking about the right, he says that the Republican Party did a lot of things for like black folks, and then they swapped, like Democrats and Republicans swapped.
Well, at what time period would you say that swap occurred? Because that is true to some.
Oh yeah, I don't, because he doesn't get specific, you know.
Right.
Kanye, so.
Because you look at, well, if you go back to the beginning, the Republican Party, the platform to begin with, is more or less liberal in a lot of ways, such as it's anti-slavery. So abolitionists were part of the Republican
Party. Yeah,
but here's
like
the counterpoint: we don't want Catholics in this country.
Right.
Okay. Oh, because it's Protestant.
Well, Protestant background, so let's get rid of the Irish. We don't want the Irish here.
But Irish got treated bad at first, didn't they? Because of that?
Hit or miss. But also, do not make abolitionists. I don't want to make all abolitionists sound like they're loving. A lot of abolitionists, their idea is we're freeing the slaves and we're sending them back.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
There is a project that there is a country that you should know.
Liberia. Yeah. And
that is an ex-slave.
Monrovia.
It's like, no, if you want to free a population, you should not send them anywhere. Their home is here. You're looking at that time for the abolitionists, right? Most slaves are still, they're second, third generation here.
Yeah,
so sending them back to a place they've never been
doesn't help shit.
Yeah, that'd be like deporting Irish people that are like third,
third generation,
kicking the Kennedys out just now. You're going back to Ireland,
right?
But at this time though, this is basic ideas for But
because I know that the President Monroe is the one that was leading the country when that happened. That's why the capital of Liberia is Monrovia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me jump in there. It's kind of like when did you hear about the guy that got deported here recently that was not from Mexico? He got deported to Mexico. He gets there. He doesn't have his diabetic medicine or anything like that. He doesn't know anything about the place he is, and then bam, he dies. Yeah.
We have deported. ICE has deported Americans.
Yeah, on accident.
We deported somebody that was a military veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did.
What do you think about ICE? What is that? Because I know it's been around, but
the way I understand ICE, basically their big thing is they arrest, I guess,
illegal
aliens
and deport.
Yeah. Basically, it comes across, there used to be INS was the one that I think did that before ICE. Okay. So I did is if you're illegal and you're a criminal, they're proactive deporters.
Proactive deporters.
Because if you have a criminal record, such as you kill somebody, well, not kill somebody, you're going to stay in jail at that point. And ICE has the easiest job in the world then. But like drunk driver, stuff like that, that you would be freed for. Yeah. Well, ICE would basically
still come get you.
Yeah, they could. Even though they've been more proactive now, and they've been busting people at like if somebody goes to court for a reason, such as if you have you're suing your employer for whatever. Well, if you're not a citizen, they can round you up and boom,
right at the court.
Yeah,
because I saw this story. They did a roundup while kids were in school.
Yeah, they were doing that.
And then the kids got out of school and nobody was there to pick them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Tennessee made the news for this. Hendersonville. The local people stopped ICE from picking up some people there at Hendersonville, the population around it.
Oh wow.
It was on, I think,
What?
the New York Times when it happened. It was really funny seeing people have no idea about Tennessee because it goes back to the whole thing. If something happens in Tennessee, if you're just trying to be generic, it always happens in Nashville.
Right.
You don't want to get too deep, which we all do that too. If somebody
Right.
asks you where you're from,
You
if you could say Columbia and they'll stare at you where it's like,
Right.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Right.
You just round up to the closest.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that was the case.
So how many what was the scenario of them stopping? Like, was it a lot of people that made like a human barrier, like a wall or something?
Yeah, I think they actually surrounded the ice vehicle. Or
They surrounded and kept them inside of the.
I think they either
Yeah,
surrounded
something
the ice
like
vehicle
that,
or they surrounded the people. That ice trapped.
I heard they surrounded, like they put like a barrier of arms locking, like around and blocking
Wow.
people from like a picket, almost like a picket line.
Yeah.
You know? So
Once again, the
Right.
sheer numbers. That's what I like. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you got more numbers than they do, you have a factor of they gotta fear you a little bit. It's like, yeah, they got their badges and they got their weapons and they got their trucks and all that, but just sheer numbers.
Right.
It's just, man, the power of people coming together. I'm a big believer in it. Damn.
I think
Shout out to
for us
Tennessee.
that the politicians or Washington should never be afraid of firearms. That's not how you get fear in them. There should be a fear of the fact that we could change things every 2, 4, and 6 years, depending on which ones. New Congress can change a lot.
Yeah.
New Senate can change a lot. New president.
Yeah, but the way that, like, how you broke it down last time, was the dude that looks like a turtle, senator.
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. The way
that's crazy. Y'all knew, like turtle guy. Oh yeah.
Well, no,
turtle guy.
that's his nickname.
yeah, he looks just like a turtle.
Yeah.
Turtle.
I mean,
Like you explained last time, though, the way to get him out is you got to get his district to vote
his
him
state.
out.
He's a senator.
his state to vote him out, and it's a red state for how long.
Kentucky's weird.
Yeah, and like that, but those type of moments right there is like, if you're in a Tennessee and you're ICE, or you're in a Kentucky and you're ICE, and you're in a red state and you feel like, oh well, we can do this, we got this. Like we were talking about the right to fire. You feel like you have this extra that you can get away with because you're in a red state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just sheer numbers of people, though.
Yeah.
Like when you just get surprised.
But
When
that's
it does-
also the essence of protesting. Yeah. Million Man March on Washington, D.C. Martin
Yeah.
Luther King Jr., going back to him. I Have a Dream. That's a crap ton of people there for, and probably not a firearm in the crowd.
Right.
No, man. Even doing the Million Man March, there was no arrest through that whole time. 1 million people on Capitol Hill.
Well, the Ladies' March after Trump got elected, the Women's March on D.C. What was it? I think 100,000 or something. I think there were more at the Women's March
Then
than
it was
there
at
were
the
at
inauguration.
Right.
The Women's March blew out the inauguration.
Yeah. And I
Damn.
think that's become a thing. I think they've been doing that for
Especially since Trump got elected. Yeah, since the protests have really increased. And I've seen that's happen a lot around the world, though.
Well, it's not just that. It's funny because it takes one person to do something to really bother people to create a movement.
Right.
For a while, there was these things called slut walks or slut marches, something like that.
Amber Rose, yeah.
And one of the big jokes is, well, the big thing about it, if I remember the story, the first slut walk was because of Toronto's police department.
Right.
Yes, an officer was speaking at a college in Toronto, and this woman asked him, it's like, so what could we do to help reduce the chances of getting raped?
Yeah.
And his response was, well, don't dress like a slut.
Oh.
And then there was a march afterwards. And friends of mine joke about it's like, can you imagine the police captain when he heard that was the response, though?
Right.
You said what? What did you say before that? That was the answer?
That's all you
Phil,
had.
what the fuck, man? Phil, you gotta give me your badge.
Right.
You got to.
Pulls out a bottle of whiskey. He's like, I'm going to need this till the mayor calls.
Oh yeah.
They're walking,
You know what though?
and they're dressed like what? I resign.
A lot of those, man, a lot of those police chiefs, they get up there and they say surprising things. You know what I'm saying? Like just blow you out of your seat.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that comes from years of frustration and years of dealing with.
Just fed the fuck up.
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, on the opposite
It's
end,
easy to get jaded.
as African Americans, people don't understand how frustrated we get with the random searches in the car. They think we just all of a sudden we're just amped up, and all of a sudden we're just
Nah.
we're just mad on the video. We're just mad. No, we're tired, man. We get tired of, like me. I used to get searched like 3 and 4 times a year when I had my Cadillac.
Yeah.
On my 22, man. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, bro.
I got pulled over one time because I had a Saint Bernard in the backseat. He was just like, "That's an interesting dog." I'm like,
The fuck?
"Like what? I can't take my dog for a ride, man." You know. But
Wait,
we be
that was
fed
the
up
whole-
with the treatment. By the time it hits a video and somebody's acting crazy, it's because they're tired. They're tired of it. You know.
Thing is, for every bad incident that is videotaped, there's probably 100 where there's not a camera near.
Right.
Or for every bad incident that's videotaped, there's a whole backstory that we'll never know.
Right.
And we only can go off of just that 30-second or 1 minute clip and sum up everything that in that point. But we don't know about say it's a fight. We don't know the dude been getting bullied for a week.
Right.
We don't know this guy got pulled over 3 times.
I mean, it's
That
kind
type
of like the
shit.
Bird song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Read my
showed
mind,
a
man.
clip of that, but they didn't show the whole thing.
Are you familiar with the SRO officer Dante Bird song?
No.
Oh man, SRO officer breaking up a fight. These 2 kids got into a fight like 3-4 times throughout the day, a bully situation. So he's breaking up the fight. It's the 4th time. Breaks it up. The kid is like 12 years old, 11, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he runs up and he tries to hit the kid around the SRO officer. So he turns around, picks the kid up, and throws him on the ground. Gets him on the ground, holds him down, lets the other teachers come over and get the kid that he was trying to protect, get him out the way before he gets the kid up and all that. The kid is like discombobulated though. So now when you see the video footage, you just see him turning around, getting his kid down. You don't know that the kid been beating his other kid up all day long.
Right.
And,
And like it was something like where he had run back and forth a couple times, like he had run back, he pushed him back, and the kid run back again, he pushed him back, and the kid
It was
run
like the
back.
4th time.
So then they clipped the video for the last run, where he just runs up and bam. And that's
Never
ahead.
underestimate the power of asshole escalation
yeah.
on all parts. Because
That was good. That's a good quote.
I mean,
That's a good quote.
because there are some cases where a police officer might be an ex-jock or something that hasn't had any power or
Right.
whatsoever. He doesn't have power in his household.
Right.
So he goes out on the job with a chip on his shoulder.
Right.
And then there's the counterpart. There might be an officer out there who is by the book. Basically Captain America. He runs into somebody that just, at that time, he wants to just basically make that cop on the 5 o'clock news. And it's not just it can be anybody, because you have all these videos where the people like to challenge the cops, I know the law.
Yeah, the rights.
And sometimes you're like, okay, that cop, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
But then you look, it's like, well, that guy that's actually back talking him seems to be a bigger dick than the cop.
Some of those videos, I watch a lot of those.
Yeah.
They just egg them on. They do come off as real dicks sometimes. Like,
Right.
They'll already have the camera ready and can I see your ID? I don't have to give you my ID. I'm an American citizen. I don't have to do that. I know my rights. Like then they'll just like zoom in on the camera.
Right.
And you just see the cop's face where he's like, "Oh, I got one of these pricks.
Yes,
I just want to see your fucking ID so you can go through the checkpoint, man. Don't make me shit."
It'd be funny just to see a cop say, I'm not making YouTube. I'm not giving you YouTube stuff.
I'm not giving you YouTube. I'm not doing it.
Not today.
I like the cops to just go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, you don't have to do that at all. Fine. Don't worry about it.
And stuff like that, though, it's interesting because you can go back to, you have that where it makes the cops, it's supposed to make the cops look bad.
Yeah.
Well, you remember TV, we used to have cops, which made the cops look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cops
So-
was crazy.
I used to watch Cops.
The very first episode of Cops actually showed that cops do shit they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the very first episode, dude was chasing. He yelled out, "I'm shooting you in the back." Like, that should have told you from the first episode. Like, whoo,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers need body cameras back then.
What about? Do you remember when Steven Seagal had his cop
Yes.
show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, was he in like
New Orleans, yes.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Like, do you know how fucking pissed off I'll be to get pulled over and it's
You don't
fucking
like
Steven
Steve.
Seagal?
Because you don't like Steve.
No, I don't, it ain't that I don't like him.
You don't. We've been through this.
But, like,
listeners to the show know.
I'd be like, man, what the fuck is this? You know, I want my royalties checked. Nigga. I'm on this show. Steven Seagal, can I get your license and registration? Can I get a good movie, nigga? Like,
See, I knew it was coming.
are you acting right now, or like, what are you doing?
I can't tell. Are you for real or are you acting?
Acting, yes.
Didn't they have a show or something where Shaq did?
Shaq was wanted to be a sheriff too.
Wanted to be a sheriff.
Can you imagine, like,
Now that I would be upset about.
like when Shaq walks
all
to
the
your
money
window?
you've made and your black ass is out here fucking with me.
Yes.
No, I'm not stepping out of the car.
When Shaq walks to your window, you're gonna be like this. You're gonna be like, "Zzz."
Well, actually, what
Could you
you're gonna
please
do
put your
with
hands back in the
his
window?
crotch is going to be right in the
Right.
I'm disrespected immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. As soon as I look, what the
Is that a Shaq dick? So, yes.
It better be Shaq outside this damn window.
Right.
I know that. Anybody else got their dick on my damn window like this?
Right.
You better 1-5 type.
Look, you in the back of
I'm a
the.
Celtics fan, so it's just like, really, the Lakers get me again.
Look, man, can you imagine you in the back seat of the police car? That seat gotta be way back. You in that little, like you in a Camaro back seat in
Y'all
Shaq's
remember
squad
Police
car.
Academy?
you know you should have
That'd
called
be
back.
Hightower from Police
Yeah,
Academy.
Hightower, yeah. Shout out to Police Academy. That was a great,
Oh,
great
great
series of
movie.
movies.
What was the guy's name? He was in.
Bubba Smith
No.
was the guy that played Hightower in Police Academy.
No, the guy, the old man. He was in all the other funny movies. I'm holding up the show. Help me here.
I don't know.
He's been in like the.
They had a cast of like 12 to 15 officers.
What's the movie that OJ
Is he
was
black?
in?
Is he
What's
white?
the movie that OJ was
Oh,
You talking about Leslie Nielsen?
in? There we go. Woo!
Naked
Yes.
Gun.
Yes, Naked Gun.
Leslie Nelson, one of the funniest motherfuckers.
You
ever.
really think Leslie Nielsen's funny?
Hell yeah.
You should watch a movie
Him
called
and Don
Creep Show.
Rickles.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I think it's called Creep Show.
Creep Show.
It's a horror movie. Leslie Nielsen's in it, and he's not funny.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
We're going to check out. Has any of the viewers, y'all ever seen Creep Show? Give us some
Leslie
information.
Nelson goes dark.
Please.
I think it was. It might have been 70s, 80s. It had a really Tales from the Crypt kind of.
Oh, wow.
I
Because
don't know if I'd be able to take him seriously.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna
you
get
see,
high and
you're,
watch Creep
you're
Show.
I mean, even didn't Richard Pryor play in some dark movies?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Bill Cosby was what, Ghost Dad?
Ghost Dad was not funny. That was a miss for me, dude. And the fact that he died off because of the rollerblade on the stairs,
Yeah.
I would not have been so calm.
Robin Williams has two
Dark ones.
pretty dark. 1
Robin
hour
can
photo.
go dark.
or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other
Robin
one I
can go
think
dark.
is Insomnia, where
Yeah.
he's
Is it Insomnia?
I think so. Where his counterpart is Al Pacino.
Oh, wow.
You know who can go dark with ease and do an amazing job?
Jim Carrey.
There you go. And that's why we're fucking friends.
Yeah,
Shit
Jim
like
Carrey,
that.
yes. I
why
knew
we're
it before it
fucking
even
friends.
came out his mouth. I was like, Jim
Motherfucking
Carrey.
yeah.
It's
Jim
got to be
Carrey,
Jim
of course.
Carrey. He can't go dark.
Number 23
Yeah,
changed my life.
yeah.
Look at numbers different.
What about and it wasn't a dark, but it was kind of dark, but it was a beautiful movie. The one where Robin Williams goes to hell to get his wife.
Yes.
Is it What Dreams May Come?
Yeah. What Dreams May Come.
Yeah, it's good too. He goes to hell and he gets his wife and he brings her soul, or tries to bring her soul back. And
Also,
yeah,
more
What
serious
Dreams
roles
May
that he
Come?
did was Dead Poets Society.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Dead Poet Society.
What movie?
Dead
Yeah.
Poet
What
Society.
is the movie he was in with Matt Damon? Where
Goodwill motherfucking Hunting.
yes, that's.
One of the greatest movies ever conceived.
Matt Damon just like popped in my head.
I
He was
love
in the
that movie.
with Matt Damon.
I loved him. He did a great job. Big bearded fucker he was. I
Yeah.
loved him, man. He did a damn good job, man. Him and Matt Damon like bounced off each other perfectly, dude.
Right.
Perfectly. I love Goodwill Hunting like a motherfucker.
I have like 5 actors that
Do
I
you
could
know-
say that I can watch just about any movie they are in.
Robin Williams is definitely on that list.
Robin
man.
Williams is one.
Definitely.
I'm a Liam Neeson fan. I
Yeah.
liked a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
So you
Washington.
like hunting people then, because that's what he does through half of his movies.
Well,
Oh, that one with the wolves.
Oh, the Gray. The Gray was
Gray was
good.
just-
Actually,
Gray
the
was
funniest
good
thing
stuff.
was in a movie called Deadpool. It was a
Shout
Dirty
out.
Harry movie.
To David.
Shout out to Day.
Day-Day. Yeah, Day-Day. That's my
Deadpool.
cousin in Boston. I have him share our
He
stuff
did
in
Deadpool. It's
Boston.
an old Dirty Harry movie. And
Yeah.
he plays like a director in it.
Damn.
Young Liam Neeson plays a director in it.
Has Dolomite
seen
came
that.
out yet?
No, it hasn't.
Oh.
Another great.
Eddie Murphy. Godly.
Everything's great, but Pluto Nash.
Yeah. So you're a Norbit fan.
Norbit was great.
Okay.
Norbit was.
Pluto
I
Nash.
can tolerate a lot of movies, right? But the Pluto,
Pluto
Nash was
Nash.
the one that
Yeah.
You just gotta look at the camera. Eddie.
Pluto Nash.
Damn
I
it.
think he's supposed to do stand up or something. I think he's agreed to do one
No,
last
he
stand up
hasn't.
special.
Google
I'm
it. No, he
thinking.
hasn't. No, somebody Google that. Google
Let
that.
me see.
Please.
right.
This will be an elated day if that is true.
Because
Because Eddie Murphy is about to do a stand
His
up.
first stand up special is like one of the greatest.
Oh my
of all
God.
time.
Raw.
Yes.
In the red leather.
Yes.
What you mean?
I love the
And
fact
then Delirious in the purple. If he comes back in another leather outfit, I swear he's out kill the game.
Oh.
thinking that they're in
Yeah,
negotiation.
it's what a Netflix special it says. Eddie Murphy is bringing Eddie Murphy back. Yeah.
Now,
Confirm but it's not till 2020.
I don't give a fuck. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
This is going to be hilarious. That man is one of the funniest people to ever breathe
I think
oxygen.
one of my favorite things that he did was when he was talking about Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. Like Bill Cosby told him not to be dirty, and Richard
Yeah.
Pryor's response.
Next time the motherfucker call, tell him I said suck my
My
dick.
dick. Yeah.
But
Do you tell your jokes? Do people like your jokes? Do you get paid? Well, tell Bill I said have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
We see who won that debate.
who would ever thought Bill Cosby, America's Dad, might be slightly,
Yeah.
not slightly, quite rapey.
Quite rapey.
He's a quite right.
Well, there is like a question that I think it was one of the prosecutors said he could be not the greatest. I don't want to use greatest because it's wrong. But one
No,
of the
say it, Josh.
the greatest raper sounds horrible.
The greatest raper.
Put us on Fox.
Yes.
But the whole thing is, like, that he could be guilty of like so many rapes that like he could hold that title.
Bill. I'm about to put and pop that pussy.
Man, shout out to Bill Cosby. I think he's innocent. I love you, Bill.
He had to do it with drugs because
He said
you know
he knew
how he
Mike Tyson
talks,
a rape.
how Bill talks and stuff like that. He'd
Yeah.
be easily identified. Otherwise.
That pudding ball.
Oh, the jello pudding. Oh, yeah. I'm all up in the pussy.
They call and the cops are like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, that's gotta be. I'll pop this pill. Poor Bill. Like, I can't imagine seeing Bill in jail. Like, you just got arrested on DUI. You go into the drunk take. You look over and there's Bill. Bill.
You just look at that. You just get the.
And what if that nigga that got cock diesel in that motherfucker?
He hitting push-ups. You think Bill doing? He got time.
Yeah.
Oh, what if he comes
That's
out
all
like
you got.
Gucci?
What if he come out of blood or crip? Oh my
First thing
god.
he do is
Prison-
stack up.
Yeah.
Prison's
Bill.
hard. I have no doubt about that. But I often wonder when Mike Tyson went to prison
Oh,
He was
if he
chilling.
was ever crossed or
No.
whatever.
He
No.
was chilling.
People knew not to cross. I wouldn't cross Mike today.
Hell no, you wouldn't.
Hell
Hell no, you would not.
I'm not crossing
No,
Mike.
you
I
motherfucker.
believe
when
if-
he's 80,
if
I'm
there
still
is-
not gonna do
If
that.
there is a higher power God, he has a sense of humor because he put that voice
In
on
that man,
body.
yes. Most dangerous man sounds like a squirrel with helium.
Yes, the squirrel with you.
Two greatest jokes of all. First, the duckbill platypus. Second, Mike Tyson.
Yes.
The greatest divine joke.
Yes.
How you doing, guys?
I got a weed factory.
I love it.
Is that the nigga that just knocked me out?
Right. You got knocked the fuck out, man.
And the fact that now he's an entertainer. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
he
the
is.
10th power.
Yes, he is
I
an
like the
entertainer.
fact that he's just like in a better headspace.
He's embraced himself.
Yeah.
And turned it into a billion market.
One man show that apparently is amazing that he does. Cartoon Network has a cartoon that's
about
basically Scooby Doo.
Yes, but with Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Jamie Foxx is in the biography. He's playing Mike Tyson in a movie.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It sounds just like
Best Universal actor. Like apparently,
Bro.
how many biopics is
My
Jamie
God.
Foxx going to
He can do
finish
as many
with?
as he wants.
Yeah.
He can do as many as he can imitate so well on a I can't even do it fast enough.
It's like Jamie Foxx and I
Man.
can't believe I forgot the one guy he played Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
My
Tom
God.
Hanks and Jamie Foxx make all the biopics. That's what they're doing now.
And I'm gonna watch all of them. If it's them two, they can cast Black Panther.
Yeah.
That guy has been Thurgood Marshall,
Reggie
Jackie
Jackson.
Robinson,
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson. Was it Martin Luther King?
Was he? No, I don't. Was he? No, he wasn't Martin Luther King.
No, that was Selma.
Yeah.
Who else? He's Thurgood Marshall. He was Jackie Robinson. He was Black Panther.
Was he Nat Turner? Oh, no.
Black Panther is Nat Turner. Marvel would not have.
No.
Like
They're not that cool.
But he's been like 4 different characters and Black Panther. But as long as we can keep it to Tom Hanks and those two, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll watch all of them. I don't care.
Right.
Tom Hanks, America's Dad.
I
Tom
miss.
Hanks is awesome, dude.
I miss old Jamie Foxx though.
On the Jamie Foxx
Foxhole.
show? Oh, Foxhole. Okay.
Foxhole Jamie Foxx, that
Yeah.
stand-up comedian where he
On the
was just
piano.
he's just so too cool now that he can never go back to that Jamie Foxx.
I bet he will.
I mean, I wish he would.
After Eddie Murphy come out and show that he can kill shit, everybody gonna
Right.
Steve
Well,
Harvey
some
gonna
of
do
them don't
another
want to do
special.
it, though. Some of them are 100% done with stand-up.
Damn,
Because it's the audiences that are an
so
issue
sensitive
now.
nowadays.
Yeah,
What you think about the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones?
it was great.
Yes,
It was
Yeah.
it was great. But then again, though, like I enjoy stuff like Chappelle, Bill Burr. These guys cause problems. With, If you're
Right.
sensitive,
Did you see?
They
have you
raise
seen Paper
awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen Paper Tiger? The Bill Burr special.
I have not seen
I
the
haven't
Bill
seen
Burr
that.
special. I want to.
Go.
Is it on
Watch.
Netflix? Where
Yes.
can I find it? Okay.
Yes, I'm just gonna say he's in London, right? So he's doing shit he knows never in 100 years he could do over here, bro.
Right.
Like, and it's still I don't know if he knew that Chappelle was on this edgy, but both of them, bro. Watch Paper Tiger.
Actually,
He doesn't know what a fuck looks like. He's not giving one.
well, that's how. If he is playing a character, he's playing that white Boston guy that stopped giving a shit when he was 3.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he plays it very well.
yeah.
Plays it amazingly.
I know he's got a podcast with his wife.
No, she's on there sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, but-
no, he's a maniac. Like
Yeah.
the way we're going, it's 3 of us
Yeah.
going an hour. He does 2 podcasts a week solo,
Right.
an hour apiece.
Right.
He's sitting there just talking into
Yeah.
into his own nothingness.
Right.
You have to be thrown the fuck off. This dude's been doing it for like 12 years.
Well, Bill Burr comes across as sometimes angry, right? So if you're angry, you got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you're right. He likes to explain why.
Yes. I mean, he loves one of his. He likes explaining what's wrong with some guys, the males now versus what he probably grew up with.
I agree when he gets pissed off about overpopulation. Like the population in the world is crazy, and I like his ideas. I mean, they're never gonna work. It's mass murder.
Yeah.
But at least somebody's putting some thought into it. He's the only person I hear talk about the overpopulation.
If you really think about it, our population's blown up
Yes.
in the last 50 years.
Yes.
Probably since World War II.
Definitely.
Well, if you notice the major thing, like national conflicts don't exist anymore. Like if you look before like World War II and World War I, there's always a mass war between somebody. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's the answer for anything. It's like fix a population problem. We need a World War III. But no, I mean that was the case. We've sort of talked things out more than we did back then, and thus,
Do you think that's because we of the nuclear capabilities we have
yes, I think it's a deterrent. I mean,
Yes, definitely.
that's why you don't want certain people to have a deterrent because they're not going to use it that way.
Right.
They're like, I really push this fucking button. Don't play with me.
But help is on the way. They getting ready to come out with this male birth control shit. The help is on the way.
Do not take the male birth control pill.
don't knock it till it gets here and we see what type of
Bad, bro.
maybe
it's gonna be horrible.
I don't know.
It's going to be horrible.
But-
All right, first off, everybody always knows when something new comes out, whether it's technology or especially if it's a pill. When something new first comes out, it's always got some fucked up stuff about it. It's got the bugs. It's got the side effects. It's got the messed up shit. So you're talking about male birth control, something never introduced ever before.
Right.
And you don't think it's going to be some kind of complications?
I mean, maybe.
Man.
Maybe.
They also tested
Give it
out
3 years
for-
and you're going to see commercials saying, has you or a family member or someone that you love has contracted cancer due to the pharmaceutical known as
What's it called?
sterilize your dick.
Still.
I used to think
No baby mama drama
the lowest,
baby,
the
mama
lowest
drama
people on the
donuts.
planet were politicians. Then I started paying attention to the ambulance chasers that now use TV because they can't really chase ambulances anymore. So it's like these guys really, if you think about it, if anybody wishes harm on people, it's these guys who want to sue people.
Right.
Yes.
But for me,
I
it's a step in the right direction, though.
How, bro?
Bruh, can you imagine if we got out of high school and we have a deterrent not to have kids that's in our control? I mean, yeah, there's condoms, but we all know how condoms are, too. You know, but if we could have been like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get on this pill to make sure I don't have no babies, niggas, like I said, they gonna be taking them motherfuckers faithfully. They gonna be snorting them bitches.
Wait.
Yes, I don't care what anybody
Just think
says.
about it. All right, so the birth control that they already have throws people's hormones off, makes them gain weight. Makes
Some
them
of it.
have
Some of it.
I mean, either one you have has side effects. And
Everything
that
got
one
side-
that was in the
Yeah,
arm.
you
That
eat
depends.
beef, you got side effects.
I'm
to
saying,
beef.
bro,
What's wrong?
Yes.
male birth control. Your balls probably gonna like rot up inside you or some shit.
I mean, problem solved. No.
Nobody's ever accused a eunuch of having a kid.
Right.
the dick still works though, right?
As long as the dick works.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah, right.
It's a 50.
If it kills sex drive, it won't be work. That's the one thing that I think it can do. Like, if it's a pill that kills sex drive, then
It's not gonna pop.
it's not going to pop.
Yeah. Or they end up telling you that because of the flesh and stuff, you gotta use electricity to get it started. Like
Oh, man. But you know what, though? I believe there's some people out there, if they could electrically jumpstart their dick, they would. They'd be like,
I could electrically jumpstart my dick and know I got a good 3-hour charge.
yeah.
I can go in here with no problem. No, I don't have to like close my eyes and think about like granny titties and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, I hook my shit up the spark plug.
Right. Yeah.
Who's
it
in
would-
trouble? You're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So, yeah.
Science will find a way.
Right.
Find a way. Do you think there's something like a pill that does lower your sex drive?
Yeah, there's plenty of pills with that side effects is lowering your sex drive.
No, I just mean when it just does it outright. This lowers the sex
What?
drive.
Oh, go
But
ahead.
theoretically, heart medication definitely does it.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start taking that shit.
You trying to lower the sex drive?
If you look at that,
I
look
think I
at a
have $1
comedian
million
named Robert
a year.
Schimmel.
Who?
Robert Schimmel.
Robert Schimmel.
He is a hell of a comedian. He passed away many years ago.
Yeah.
But he did a stand-up special, and all of his stuff's basically about sex. He is very, like...
My type of guy. Raunchy.
He's something. But he had a heart attack, and then he did a special afterward. He was talking about his heart medication and stuff
Oh
like.
no.
And then he met his. I think he ends up talking about his daughter's boyfriend comes and tries to ask him for advice how to hook up with his daughter. He thought about it. He's like, "You're gonna have to talk to your dad." He's like, "I thought about it for a second. Do I want his dad giving him tips to sleep with my daughter?"
Right.
It's like, I tell you what, boy, I'll give you $50 to take this heart medication.
Oh wow. Wow. Killing it. Killing the drive.
That's genius. Though.
All right.
I'll give you $50 to take this. You ain't gotta worry about it no fucking more.
But like I said, he's worth looking at. He's one of those good late '90s kind of comedians.
Right.
I like them.
I think his big story was he went to a open mic night with his sister. It was his birthday. He had no intention of being a comedian. his sister signed him up without him knowing to open mic. They call him up. He goes on there. He kills. And I think there was a guy in the audience like, "You've never done this before?" He's like, "No." It's like, boom, hired him on.
Right.
Wow.
And because of his type of comedy, for a while he did the the adult movie like Oscars, whatever they call those things. He was a host for it for a while.
Oh wow.
I would love that job.
Yeah.
I would love that fucking job.
Speaking of adult things, what about? I was going through my list. I just got a new app for my Fire Stick, and I was going through the list and realized I had all the adult channels on there.
Yes.
Yes, I was like
The Hustler and
all of them. It was man. I've got like 40 adult channels.
Wow, I don't have 40.
Yeah, and this is what I've realized. Those things are so outdated because nowadays you pull up pornography on your phone, you just jump to the stuff you want to see. But in those, now that you got the channels, you gotta watch. You gotta watch through all the shit you don't want to look at.
You gotta really enjoy it.
Yeah, you gotta really sit there and watch it. Like you can't skip all the way to the, you know what I mean?
Her riding reverse cowboy.
Yeah, it's like up, she's riding. This is what I'm here for.
Hey, I'm
you
too
know?
spoiled. I gotta have that control.
Yes, that's what I was like. Wow, this is so late. I finally have it that I've wanted since I was 13.
Since I was a youngin', I was legit. I wanted access.
Yes, and now I've got it, and it's outdated.
I'm surprised they haven't got David Attell to be like a food taster for pornographic things because that was his thing.
Oh yeah,
like insomnia, like that rough stuff.
Great.
So
I
to be
think
just
you
like
just
a
gave
Food
us a
Network
Who Dat
thing, but just for
segment
adult movies. So
Right,
he just
right,
talks
right.
about.
I think you just gave us an idea for who that segment. He
Right.
loves to eat. We can do that.
The adult connoisseur.
Hell, we can definitely make that happen.
I was talking to my girl. I was like, "What if I had to become a gigolo to survive? A fat gigolo." So would you be okay with that? Like, how would that? You know what I
What
mean?
did she say?
She was like, "No, that's like cheating. That's nothing. That's nothing like cheating. It's business. I'm paying the bill." I said, "What if I was bringing home like, $3,000 a week out of 4 days working or something? Like,
You gotta eat.
hey, could you do it if you were in a committed relationship? Could you be a gigolo for a career?"
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. And how would you pitch that to your old lady?
You want to be honest?
Yeah. You would lie, wouldn't you? You wouldn't even tell her, would
No.
you?
There's two people in my head that probably have like highest potential if I was to be in a relationship setting, and both of them would help me do it.
Yeah.
if all I have to do is come in with the first 3,000.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
You don't have to
them,
work anymore.
I can't tell them all the way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So them first 4 days gonna have to be secret.
Yeah.
When I come in with the first 3,000,
Yeah.
I'm like, where you get this from? And then I have the workers come in and I introduce them and all
Yeah.
that. This is Sheila. This is Stacy. This is
Wait.
Samantha. All
What?
the names start with S because I don't want to get confused, honey. Now listen, I got $3,000 because each of them brought me 1,000. I know what you're
No,
thinking.
that's a pimp. That's not a gigolo.
A gigolo is you're out there fucking bitches for money.
Oh yes, I could definitely.
Yeah, we ain't talking about pimping. Any nigga could be a pimp. Oh, you gonna fucking give me money? Yeah, they go.
Gigolo. There's not even a market for that anymore, is it?
No.
Yeah, no. Like, women
But
ain't
could
paying
you
for
do it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Actually, I do think Las Vegas has that.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Well, Las
I bet
Vegas
they
has
do.
everything.
Like if you could offer like cuddle packages, you would sell even more.
Yeah, 3 racks a week.
Yeah.
Dropping off dick and spending time listening to their problems. That's what I do any goddamn fucking place.
For free.
Fucking free.
Out of all jobs I've heard, that's not the most extreme.
No.
Go back to Tyson. He's the most extreme. He's a tiger breeder.
Oh yeah. A tiger.
That is the most extreme job.
Wow.
You a cold motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's some hood nigga shit. Right?
Yeah. I breed
know
tigers and pigeons.
You know
And
you
grow
came
weed.
from the projects. That man is Brooklyn bred. I used to breed pit bulls. Now I breed tiger.
Can you imagine Christmas? That nigga talking about, I brought you a tiger.
Take that little motherfucker right back with you.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I would keep it.
I'm not keeping no tiger.
Man, I imagine the market. How much you think a tiger go on the black market?
Ooh, I like the way you think.
Or flip that?
3,000? Easy.
Two, 3 grand, yeah.
Well, there are foxes that are sold. There are
You could-
domesticated foxes from Russia, I think, that sell for 18 to 20. $1,800 to $2,000.
Oh, man.
So that's a fox.
Wow.
Now we have
A tiger.
the real king of the jungle, because he actually lives in the jungle.
I'm selling for 4. I'm going for 4 stacks.
4 stacks.
Man, tigers almost extinct nowadays. You ain't seen the numbers?
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
in
man.
Dubai or whatever. Like, people are so wealthy, they have like leopards and stuff like that as pets.
Just as a domesticated animal.
Just like, you'll see somebody with like a Ferrari, and right next to him, where somebody
hope
might
that-
have a house cat, there's like a leopard. or
Yeah, I seen a video with a dude with a cheetah sitting in his passenger side seat with the window down, like they just chilling in the car. They just blowing a damn blunt in their
Yeah, I mean,
motherfucking car.
really, just
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I hope they all get attacked.
see, that would be nature finding a way.
right.
You're too comfortable.
Right.
You've gotten to a point and you're like, all right, when we were talking about the type of historians and everything, that's an example of technology changing people too much. Like, we're domesticating the immediate animal group that we all know can like really fuck us up. Yeah, we're top of the food chain, but lions, tigers, bears on my type shit, leopards and cheetahs. When we get to the point that we're comfortably chilling in a convertible with you, we've gotten way too
It probably took a few generations for the first humans to actually domesticate dogs or wolves.
Yeah, we're way too comfortable. We're trying way too much new shit.
Right, we're bored.
Yeah,
Bro, male birth control.
Yeah.
Cheetahs as Ferrari partners.
Yeah.
We're not really aggressively bored though. Back in the old days, people get bored and they just conquer their neighbors. Like now, we just extreme sports or extreme living or whatever that is.
Right.
We need
blind dates with psycho bitches.
Oh, bro, that's extreme.
I feel bad because I'm outdated in so much stuff, and somebody was explaining Tinder to me one time, and I was like, "That sounds like a horrible idea."
Like,
I mean, in all honesty,
you're right. That's like
great. That was great.
That's
That
like
sounds horrible.
They say, they trained us, they raised us not to get in cars with strangers, and now we have an app for it that we pay to do it.
Who would have?
Uber,
Oh my goodness.
Lyft.
but they do have rules that you can't like have a van or something to pick people up. Because can you imagine how horrified some person's been drinking a little bit? All of a sudden, this massive utility van pulls up, the door slides open.
What the fuck?
Right.
You might drive it?
Right, exactly.
Oh my god.
So, when I was unemployed, I really got in tune with DoorDash. I went through my 2 days of depression. Thank you, DoorDash, for bringing me everything that I wanted to the door. Yes, it was wonderful.
Great.
I ordered
DoorDash
McDonald's
is one of those.
breakfast, and I had like a bunch of sausage and biscuits, I had some chicken biscuits, for the kids and all that shit. And I just ordered it, and at 8:15 they were at my door that morning. I just went to the door, got it, thank you. Tip on the app. You ain't gotta give no cash. Just drop it, man. I just put it on the table. When they woke up, I was like, it's in the
So
kitchen.
how much extra is that to?
It depends. They run a lot of coupon little specials where you can get a free delivery and shit like that.
Damn.
But you don't get the sales prices. Like, let's say they're doing 2 McRibs for $5. Now it'd be just regular price McRibs on there. That's the catch, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you think, for the longest, the only delivery food was Chinese and pizza? Why did it take so long for everybody else to jump on board? I mean,
We didn't have the app.
yeah,
Somebody had to develop a vehicle, a way. I'm waiting for CBD delivery company.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, can't you... What's the one delivery app? Oh, man. Not DoorDash. It's
cool. They're not paying.
Postmates. Don't Postmates deliver stuff other than food?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
We're giving a lot of people credit they ain't paying.
Hey, yeah, I know. Hey, anybody that uses Postmates out there, let me know if they deliver more than food. Any listeners, please.
Because he might go through another
once again,
2-day
like I
depression.
said, it took me forever to hear what Tinder was. So technology-wise, app-wise,
Yeah.
I still like paper books.
Right.
I love paper books, bro.
I just can't get on the whole. I know there are apps and stuff, and there's like the ebooks. It's like this works so much better. I mean, I still write checks. I mean, because
I
just
did one of
feel
them in a
better.
long time.
Man, I had to write a check like.
I might
2
be a
weeks
certain
ago.
age, but I feel like I'm 80.
Yeah.
I just haven't got to the point of yelling people get off my lawn yet or anything.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I don't accept this new world they're proposing, man.
Yeah,
I just
you don't like it.
I just don't like it. Like I like old books, man.
yeah.
I like old.
But
I like
it's the
books.
smell. I mean,
Yeah,
the
man.
old books, that might be bad for us. It's probably ammonia or something like that. But it's like,
And then maybe we should come up with a fragrance of a candle that's old books.
Oh,
The old books fragrance.
Mighty Monk candles.
Right.
Just like a whole line of stuff that
We'll have paperback and hardback. 2 cents.
One of my favorite things I ever learned about in like my medieval history classes, which I loved and stuff, was a big difference between us now versus then was like death was just so common back then that monks would have a skull, not a fake skull, but a real skull on their little desk with a candle on it. That was their candle holder, just to remind them, it's like you're gonna die one day.
Wow, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go dig up Granny for like a ornament on your desk, but it's just
Right.
like that's just a different
reminder.
mentality we have now.
Yeah.
yes, memento mori.
Yeah, we're trying everything to live the longest we can.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I really no. I've no.
There is a belief at one time we're going to get to. There is a belief
77.
that with the right kind of science and the right kind of gene therapy and stuff, that you could stop the aging process. But it's like we got 7 billion people now.
Yeah, we don't
What
need
happens if everybody starts living to 200?
Oh, I know.
exactly. We don't need that.
That's part of the whole GM crisis. The baby boomers have lived so long; they've got so many people on retirement that they're still paying for it. That's part of why they can't hire these
Temps.
temps.
The baby boomers is an interesting thing because of the Social Security drain that will come from them. Not meaning this bad, but it's just a fact. There are more baby boomers than the next generations.
Right.
All the baby boomers are getting ready to enter, if they haven't, retirement age, Social Security age.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why, and next thing you know, because of
it's about
how
to get
Social
worse.
Security works, we all pull into Social Security now. If more people are pulling out that are put it in, next thing you know, it's like,
Yeah, pot's empty.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
pot's empty.
so the baby boomers, you say we got about what 3-4 years before they kick into retirement age.
What's the last baby boomer? 60? Is it 69 or 70?
I don't know.
60,
We just-
yeah, 70.
So just give them 70. I don't know when the baby boomers in and next
Yeah.
generation begins. So 70. Let's
Probably.
see,
I'll give them about 6 more years
30.
because during the baby boomers, that's when they were coming back from the war, right? Or was it during
It's
the time?
all the children from World War II till actually it might be 74. So maybe all the children from World War II
Yeah.
to the end of Vietnam.
Thought so. So we going back to 44.
So yeah,
Yeah.
41, 42, all the way to 75. Those are all baby boomers.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And all of them are going to be pulling from retirement in at least, at the very least, 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what happens at that point when more are pulling out than are putting in?
I mean, it's just like everybody drinking the Kool-Aid, but you only got one nigga making the Kool-Aid.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to get pretty
and
tight.
we're going to have
Yeah.
to look at it. I mean, it'll be evaluated as it goes through more. I mean, you got one side that believes maybe we should just drop it or lower what we pay people, but you can't do that. I mean, I'd be highly pissed off. I'm getting ready to draw Social Security, and they tell me all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I know you were expecting this much.
You're getting $750 less a month.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Got me fucked up.
yeah. I mean,
It's a possibility. It's a real thing that could happen.
I mean,
Got me fucked up, Uncle Sam.
You done worked for,
Yeah.
40 years. And
the fact that it's a
years.
pool
God knows how much in
versus
taxes?
Yeah.
it's a pool versus everybody. What you pay in and be what you get in the end.
Yeah. For sure.
It's.
Now, would Bernie Sanders, would his system be able to fix that? Or would it make it
I
actually
don't
worse?
think Bernie's talked about Social
Yeah,
Security
I
that
don't
much.
think that. It's something that nobody wants to touch that because there's no solution for it.
But the bad part about that one is like you could easily say something and it turned out to be a lie like really quick.
I can always just change up.
It's you gotta remember politicians are afraid of George H. Bush. The daddy.
HW? Yeah.
Because he made the promise of no new taxes and it cost him his second election.
Right.
So when you make,
wanna go
so
that
you
route.
don't want to make promises. You want to make promises that you could say, "I tried."
I feel you. That's what Obama did a lot.
He preached hope. I mean,
Yeah.
Obama's whole thing
So
is
like that's what I'm saying. He was able to hit you with the "I
Yeah.
tried" and like give me a second term. I'll be able to finish it up.
it,
But, like, that
it didn't
first
help
term-
that McConnell said, "I'm gonna make him a one-term president."
Yeah.
So right off the bat, there's no working together.
No. Ever.
Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that the way to fix it is just throw like one party into everything, because that's a horrible idea. Because if you're pulling ideas from one side, that doesn't do.
There's no
good
checks
things.
and balance.
You need to pull ideas from everywhere, and just in some cases, like, well, that's a really bad idea, so we're going to leave that one alone.
Way the fuck over there.
Yeah, but you do have a point about this. I didn't think of it this way, and you gave me this way, so I might readdress this. A prime example actually was in the last Democratic debate. There's the big thing about losing jobs in factories.
Yeah.
Well, the assembly line and stuff like that, they're like, well, the jobs are going overseas. It's like, actually, most jobs are lost because of automation.
Right.
So it's like, it's not just going overseas. You're getting replaced by robots.
Yeah.
That's. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Replace. Say it again. Replaced by what?
robots. I mean, in all honesty, Andrew Yang, that's one of the things he
Thank
talks
you.
about is, the tech part that's changing.
I hate self checkout.
Oh man,
I do too.
yeah. I try and go to a person
Walmart.
every time just to support their job.
My
you know?
work hours.
Walmart, I
My
steal
work
from them.
hours. I go into Walmart at like 3 or 4.
Right.
So there's nobody there except for
The self checkout.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just stare at it. It's like this dual thing because
I hate it.
I hit something, especially if you want to buy something that's weighed or something like that, and just like it's not doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
will you work? I don't want to spend 30 minutes waiting to find the one individual that's walking around here somewhere.
And
Right.
and I make it a point that I'd never know how to do it. I make them come help me
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
It is not my job. Has not been my job to do this. You're
Right.
not gonna no. And I know that all the aisles might be closed or they all might be filled or whatever the fuck. If I have to do a self checkout, I'm not doing it. And then I'm gonna tell them as they're showing me this simple ass thing that's supposed to be so easy. You know this is replacing you, right? You know this is meant to replace you. You're
Right.
helping me learn the thing that's gonna replace you.
Yep.
It's one of the funny things, like
Fucking hate
the
it.
restaurants that instead of giving you the condiments, you take your stuff out there to, put the condiments on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is horse crap.
It's those little things.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, man. And I think the AI, and I'm so glad you told me those 3 different types of historians, because I feel like the AI is to a point now to where it's just like the future movies.
What?
Like, no matter if we evolve or don't evolve as humans, it is already a self-thinking thing. I think we're screwed, bro. To be honest.
The whole idea is, like I said, I just remember exactly how it is. It's the 3 types. One, tech pulls society up. One, humanity pulls society up. The other one's just giant circle. Nobody pulls anybody up because we're just going to repeat this wheel. So that's what it is. And I do believe in the essence of depending too much on technology, we hurt ourselves. I mean, we really do.
I don't
hurt
think we've
ourselves.
ever been this dependent in history terms, like on the whole timeline of the human civilization. Like actually, the first civilization, what was that? Babylon first civilization?
Sumeria. Ancient Sumeria
Ancient
was the
Sumeria,
first
thank you.
actual civilization, I believe.
So from that point upwards, I don't think we've been this dependent on technological forces to keep the world running. I think even in Sumeria, they had the alien stuff in
there
all
is
that.
the belief.
Yeah, I don't.
But,
I still think they sharecropped by hand more. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, civilization is the idea that we remove ourselves from hunter-gatherers. The city is the idea that people are designated to more or less, farm in one way, whether you're raising animals or you're raising vegetables, as you're saying.
Right.
Even back then, I mean, the great technological advance was metal tools.
Yeah,
Bronze,
exactly.
Like, I mean, if you look at the ages of humanity, it's the Stone Age, the Bronze Age,
Right.
the Iron Age, and then I guess you could say, you know, when
That's
we developed
had
steels.
but that's when we had the revolution, the steam powered locomotive. And all
there
that.
is the,
Until then, it was just though. Do you think technology has evolved too far at this point? It's been such a boost. Sometimes
I don't think so, because we're missing certain areas that our priorities, because like I said, I believe everything's circular.
Yeah.
But our priorities as a society determines more or less what technology is going to be. Because I believe there's certain things that we have to have. Our medicines we have to have.
Right.
I mean, it's funny that bacteria can save so much life, just like penicillin. It's just something so simple as that.
Yeah.
And
That's you know what? That's a cool perspective to have, and it gives me a different perspective. Looking at technology not as social media hurting the humankind, but actually seeing that there's more people saved by penicillin, which is an advancement in technology, than there are people that are hurt by social media or whatever.
I really expected, like these vapes. I expected them to come up with ways to administer medication through the vapes, but I didn't see anything with it. They were like, you know what I mean? It's actually
That's a
been
good
shot
idea.
down.
That could
Yeah.
be coming though.
Damn, who knows?
We need to look into that.
Right.
That'd be dope.
As far as medical advancements, great, but I think the last probably 10 years we took a step back and focused mainly on entertainment
Yeah.
yes,
for technology.
Yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
it goes back. I think in some ways, talking about fear in the population. There's been one way to always control the population: bread and games.
Yes. Oh. God.
So
Great.
as you're
Yes.
saying, the entertainment.
Right.
So
Yes.
everybody has a little handheld device there
Yep.
that can keep them entertained.
Bread
And
games.
yes, there are people that are not getting food and stuff, but large majority of them do have food.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in some ways, social welfare programs are sort of a bread and games kind of way.
Right.
And it's,
Real quick, explain to the viewers what you mean by bread and game. I mean bread and grain. Excuse me.
bread and games is
games.
Ancient Roman idea that
Yeah,
the
that
emperors
is so
found
true.
out how you keep the populace happy.
You keep the
is
mob.
fed, because they would feed everybody. Got bread in Rome. I mean, they would just toss out bread.
Yeah.
And the Colosseum was so easy to get to, or the
It was so huge.
I can't remember the name of the chariot races. and
Right,
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
There was so much entertainment in Rome that people, their life was a little rough in a lot of cases. I mean,
they
they
were
really had no
entertained.
rights.
At all.
Yeah, I mean, their senators, even though it was a republic, it was a very selective republic. Only certain people could be senators.
Right.
But nobody said anything.
Because
When
bread and games.
yeah, as long as you're fed and entertained, you tend
You're
not
happy.
to care.
Right.
Exactly, man. It's that easy. And I think now though, because we have stepped back, I agree with you on that one.
Right.
But because we have that, it's that so simple bread and games, but the technology is at this level. I feel like the human society ourselves have kept this stagnant mentality
Right.
that goes all the way back to the days of Rome, the days of old. But our technology to satisfy that, we have DoorDash and social media
Right.
in hand. So I feel like we're letting the technology surpass us.
Yeah.
Well, the whole idea, if you really think about it, even if the government was oppressed a certain way, right?
Right.
It's like, are you really willing to undo certain things, such as your DoorDash and stuff like that? If you decide it's time for a revolution,
You gotta let
DoorDash
that
is
go.
probably not going to bring
Right.
you.
The first thing off the list.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
The first thing
And
off the list.
those we'll say commodities is what stops people from trying to start any sort of revolution, trying to shake the balance of life and stuff
Fear of
like
loss.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've lost. But I'm just, alien on I've been on my spaceship viewing this planet the last few
Have you
months.
listened to your 2 audio
No.
episodes? Oh my gosh, you got to go listen to it.
Right.
So he
good.
plays was it Colonel Calhoun?
Yeah.
On the
Sergeant Calhoun.
yes, and we've actually got you a little crew together. We had some guys come in and record like soldiers, and stuff.
Yeah,
But
you got a
it's
platoon, bro.
we still haven't hit the season finale. It's coming
Great movie
up.
too. If you get a chance, watch it.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah,
Platoon.
yeah.
Love Platoon.
So that's interesting.
Charlie Sheen did a great job.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and saw Charlie Sheen live.
For real?
Yeah, I drove all the way to Atlanta to go to his show.
How was it?
I mean, it was a
worth
hot
the
ass
drive?
mess, but I was entertained.
All right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect anything else from Charlie Sheen.
right. A bunch of motorboating and dick jokes and prostitutes and blow talk and
All right.
I mean, it was nothing that Netflix can put on, but it was definitely worth seeing. I thought the man was on his way out the door. I figured he'd be OD'd by now.
Nope. He's still.
He's
What's
still-
what his father thinks? Martin Sheen seems like such a straight laced.
Oh my goodness. There's no telling, but that straight lacedness could be what caused him to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
the
Martin
other brother,
Sheen went through his own times. That Apocalypse Now opening scene when he was in the mirror and everything. That dude had his demons too.
All right.
Charlie was just let his grow with him.
What? Don't forget, there's the other brother too.
Oh, Emilio Estevez,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
No. Flying V. Flying Ducks. What you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
it's-
yeah. Emilio. What the fuck happened to him? He did everything right. No one gives a fuck about him. Shit.
I know he did.
Take that as a lesson, kids.
I
Be
think
a
he did quite a
disturbance.
few movies with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother tried. He tried to keep him around.
I think there's a movie called Cadence or something like that. It was Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez. The guy who played in I can see his face so clearly. He was Matrix. He played
Keanu
Morpheus.
Reeves. Oh, Lawrence
Fishburne.
Fishburne.
I believe he was in it.
Larry.
And, I think Martin Sheen was in it too.
Yeah.
So it's a military prison movie.
Oh wow.
Cadence.
I believe the name of the movie is Cadence.
Oh, wow.
Was Lawrence young in the movie?
Oh, this is much younger
Yeah.
because
All right.
you gotta
I like
realize
I like
Emilio
young.
hasn't been in movies in like forever.
Right.
About
right.
a good 15, at least. No.
It had to be Mighty Ducks, unless he's playing a side part in a movie I
Yeah,
didn't know about.
Mighty Ducks was 96, 97. he hasn't made a movie in this millennium.
Right,
I don't
right.
think he has. Somebody pull up his IMDb.
Right.
Let us
You know
what
what?
Emilio's been
I
doing.
wonder how them residual checks are hitting.
They hit. Oh, bro, he's not worried.
Yeah,
he's fine.
still getting
He's
residual
good.
checks. Yeah.
Those Mighty Ducks, no, he's doing great. Don't worry about Emilio.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Emilio.
Emilio's fine.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of
If
the older,
he gets streaming numbers from Netflix or anything like that, I've helped Emilio
Yeah.
out.
You helped him
Me and my
out.
son
see,
have
Mighty
contributed.
Ducks was Disney, so
Yeah.
you might end up also doing. Disney has their own convention thing they're doing now.
Boom.
I forgot what
Disney, are you talking about Disney Plus? Or are you talking
Well,
about
they
the
got the
streaming
streaming
service? Yeah.
But they have
their
a
own Disney
convention thing
convention. Yeah.
that basically has been going against San Diego Comic Con.
oh wow.
And because Disney has Marvel, Star Wars, stuff
Oh,
like
my
that,
goodness.
they're able to have this
And
massive
Disney.
thing themselves.
Powerhouse. Yeah.
And Disney.
Yeah.
Now hold on, real quick. What about they announce that Disney Plus is gonna have the '90s X-Men cartoon
yes.
and Gargoyles on?
There's-
it?
And Gargoyles.
They might have sold me.
And they're making a Gargoyles movie.
Yeah, Jordan Peele's gonna direct it.
Hands
My
down.
God.
Yeah.
Gargoyles has one of the greatest voice actors playing the main guy.
Oh yeah. What is that black
Keith
guy's
David?
name? Yes.
Good. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great voice actor. I mean, just and then you
200
had the
points.
X-Men '90s X-Men, which we all had our favorites. I mean,
I watched the '90s X-Men cartoon today.
so
for real?
dark
I
and
did.
serious for
I
kids
did.
though.
That's yo.
You
If
know
they
what?
really made a movie that was like the animated,
Oh, it'd be wonderful.
But it would be for adults.
Oh yeah.
But it would be wonderful.
How creepy. Like, I was watching it again and I was like, Wolverine is so creepy on Jean Grey. Like, every time something was wrong with Jean Grey, it's like, Jean, I'm here for you. Just me. You know what I mean? It's just fucking
It's
creepy
the
as
saddest little
shit.
triangle that it's
Saddest.
not a triangle at all.
No. Today Wolverine would totally be blocked on Facebook. Blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, why are you messaging me talking about I'm here for you, Jean?
But think about his closest person to him on the '90s X-Men cartoon was Jubilee.
Yes.
Who was like 14 or 15.
Right.
Who he can't touch.
Back then, maybe. Today,
No,
today
you
he's
can't do that
super
shit,
creeper. You know what I
Super
mean?
creeper on all
Yeah.
levels.
Super creepy, and then making
have claws
from
in
the
your hands
nicest
trying to touch
people on the planet. He's Canadian.
Yeah, right,
Like the nicest people. The lone asshole
just
is like
wanna be
5'3" with bone claws.
Dude, it was just several episodes. Like, when I was a kid, I used to watch it, and I'd be like, why doesn't she give Wolverine a chance? But then I watch it as an adult, I'm like, Wolverine, why are you so fucking creepy on this
you
bitch?
thirsty?
Thirsty. Why are you
thirsty as
so...
hell.
Somebody throw some water on Wolverine,
Wolverine
please.
thirsty after all these years.
Yeah.
Damn, Wolverine is a desperate lane.
Yes. Like, I watched probably a total of 5 episodes, and in those 5 episodes, every episode there was a Gene, I'll take care of you.
No.
And they're like, Gene is with him. Like,
With the Cyclops.
Yeah.
stop. What the fuck are you doing, my nigga?
He's fine.
Yeah. And then what about the biggest dick tease for the whole X-Men is Rogue, because you can't touch her. You can't touch her. You got this.
You'll die.
Yes, you'll die if you touch Rogue. So you've got this bomb-ass, redhead looking flying
With the V cut.
with the
funny
huge tits, and you can't touch her.
Can't touch her.
You
The
can't touch
funniest part
her.
about that also is that couple, right, are the two Southerners.
Yeah.
'Cause she's supposed to be from Mississippi and he's from like Louisiana.
You talking about Gambit?
Gambit and Rogue just
And Gambit, eventually Gambit's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to die. And he's just like, oh, ugh. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Gambit.
He was like, I've been waiting too long.
One of the underrated X-Men members. Gambit.
Oh, yeah, Gambit.
He did
I
not
don't
get
know if
enough
he's
love.
underrated. He's
He
like
didn't
a
get
fan
enough.
favorite.
Well, I'm saying he didn't
Yes,
get enough
but-
love in the movies, though. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't give enough, yeah.
It's special effects that clause. I think they said that they had Cyclops demanded a lot of the CGI,
Oh.
so they didn't want to. They didn't want to like recycle the same kind of effects. So Gambit, who charges
All right, now,
cars
goddamn it.
up,
Are we gonna do laser eyes or flaming cars? We can't do both.
Yeah.
there's some guy in the back's like, I think we can.
We might be able to. Shut up.
Hey, they got that Disney money now. They can do it
They
now.
do whatever the fuck
Disney
they want now.
be like,
Can't wait. Disney's going to buy their own country one day. It's
oh
just
yeah.
gonna,
They might buy our country. Shit.
They could probably get us out the debt
it's
with
like
China.
good news.
Yeah.
They fix our deficit problem. What? Disney bought Florida.
Yeah. Florida and California fixed everything.
Trump gave him a great deal.
But
I got this huge deal. Big huge deal.
I'm pretty sure he would sell California.
made a
though.
great deal.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's
Me and Disney sat down. It was great. It was such a great deal. It was one of the best deals that you ever heard.
Huge.
Now we're gonna sell Florida, but it's okay because you still visit. But it's so great. It's so fun. The whole thing is gonna be an amusement park now.
yeah.
Could Obama do that? No, it's not this great. So Disney, Florida is now called Dorada because D.
Huge.
Waltland.
Yeah, Waltland.
Waltland.
Yeah, Waltland. No
There's a Trump
Jews.
Disney
No
park.
Jews. So,
But
well, real quick, is there any updates any political updates you'd like to give us?
well, as you said, Bernie's back in the picture,
Yeah.
and it seems through the politics, the last debate, Elizabeth Warren is no longer untouchable because since she's become a front runner, a lot of the others went after her
Right.
and treated her as a front runner.
Yeah.
Right.
What did she get hit with? I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, they're pointing out she's talking about the Medicare for all.
Yeah.
Well, she's not completely being as upfront as Bernie is about how to pay for Medicare for all. Bernie tells us all of our taxes are going to go up. She's
not
not
gonna touch
addressing
the
that.
medical
She's saying that she promises it won't increase the cost for the middle class. But it's
Doesn't
Yeah,
look the same though.
I know the next debate, I think we're finally going to have a smaller stage instead of 12 damn people on it. Because I think the requirements to be on the next one be a lot, stricter. So
Okay.
we might finally get down to having 6 to 8 people on the stage. And
I
most of
think
these
it's gonna
debates
file
are...
down, and we're still a year out, but I think it's gonna file down pretty fast. It looks like the pickings are becoming slimmer.
Yeah, well, a lot of them up there, they're just cannon fodder anyway.
Yeah.
That's, in all honesty, like the real candidates you're looking at percentage-wise are really Bernie, Warren, and Joe Biden.
Right.
Biden's still seriously taking these.
Biden
People are
is-
taking this dude.
Biden has supporters that the others can't even touch, and it's weird.
From where? From who? Who are they?
Or if
How?
you want to get technical, the Southern African American community.
Yeah.
He
Most of them
kicks
don't
the
want to
crap
fuck
out
with
of
Bernie.
like
we like Biden though.
They like
Why do we
Biden.
like Biden, y'all?
But it's the older.
It's the older.
Like my mom and all her friends will not vote for Bernie. I can't talk to them about Bernie. Nothing. They don't want to hear nothing. They're like, he's too old. That's it. That's all they got. He's too
even
old.
though Joe Biden and Bernie are like on the same age.
Right, right.
I think a year off. I think.
Like,
Right.
I actually, Andrew Yang is looking pretty interesting. I'm not.
I don't know. His problem is he seems like he's a one-issue candidate a lot of times because it always goes back to the $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, talking about the automation and stuff like that, that was a big move. And I guess they call him the Yang Gang.
Yeah.
His followers. They might get him on the next
The
stage.
Yang Gang.
Yes.
I don't think that's a good name for your political campaign.
Yang gang.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Yang in the gang. Yang in the gang.
Of course, the other one is
Opening the door to stereotype. Like, man.
the lesser, like the further down. Your fourth one is Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete.
Mayor Pete. I like Pete. It's not his time right now, but he's definitely
38.
on the come up. Yeah.
I mean, he's got plenty of time to go again.
Yeah.
Right.
But let's see. I don't know about the others like Harris, Gabbard.
I'm not taking
There's
him.
but there is a billionaire. I think he bought his way on stage this time.
Sawyer is it Sawyer?
Sorry,
Wasn't he the same when I was trying to get people to impeach Trump? Is it the same?
Oh,
billionaire?
he is left. He is very left.
Yeah.
He's a left.
I remember the commercials.
He hurts the Democrats because they want his money on their campaign.
Right,
So
right.
it's like,
But
stop.
he's running for president.
Right. It was like, you want this amount of money, and I have this amount of money. I'm just gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it myself.
Can't do that. He just did it.
That's a Ross Perot move.
Yeah.
You know?
Which we did lose Ross Perot this past year, I think.
Yeah. You know what though? I liked Ross Perot. A lot of people didn't like Ross Perot, but here's the deal about it. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like, what was it? Where did his people get held up by that terrorist, and he sent the group down there? Do you remember?
I remember he sent basically mercs.
Yeah, he since the American government doesn't deal with terrorists, they had taken some of his were they employees?
Yeah,
They had taken some of his employees. Okay, so he hired mercenaries to go get them motherfuckers and bring them back, and they did.
I think was it South America? I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's
Ross
Ross
Perot's
Perot.
a billionaire.
He's
was a
an oil
billionaire.
tycoon, wasn't he?
So he
What's
was
that?
like,
Was it oil tycoon?
Texas Instruments.
Oh, Texas Insurance. Oops, woo, my
this
bad.
dude outfitted him with the shit to go get him.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
exact, also he may have been involved with weapons contracts too.
Yeah,
He outfitted him with the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody would ever mess with Dick Cheney's people because
Right.
Halliburton.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, is Dick Cheney still alive?
Yeah. He what?
How many heart transplants has he had?
Maybe a deal with the devil. You can live forever.
Yeah, you did. Very true.
But no, I think he.
Sorry, guys. I
When
keep getting the mic.
Trump was first elected, he was actually a right commentator on Fox for a little bit. I don't know if he's still doing it, but he,
Right.
spoke about because he is his branch is what they call neocons,
Right.
neoconservatives, which are
Okay.
more worldly kind of.
Yeah, one world government conservative people, right?
We don't necessarily officially say it, but regime change is a good thing,
Right.
especially if regime change is pro-American.
Right.
That's them.
Yeah,
Alex Jones.
they loved
talks about
Iraq. They loved Iraq. That was their baby.
that. Yo, that confuses the hell out of me. How us as a population, know we got lied to and
We just accept it.
There's nothing.
Well,
being
I
done.
believe they ran experiments on social media to see how much bullshit we could take in.
But we know it's a pretty understood thing now. Looking back, that there weren't
But-
any weapons of mass destruction at all, and tax money was given.
lives
and,
were lost.
Lives were lost. All
Yeah.
of that.
Oh,
I should have said lives before the
Well,
money.
technically, we did respond to it in a way.
How?
Obama became president.
Yeah.
I
mean, in all
like,
honesty,
nobody went to jail. There was no OJ trial.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? I don't get how that just flies.
It,
don't get it.
you
Once
gotta have
again,
the
I'm
right
just on my
amount of.
spaceship smoking weed. I just can't.
You gotta have the right, like committee hearings and stuff like that.
Right.
That just ain't.
It just wasn't there. The support for it wasn't there.
Democracy takes too long.
Yeah. So we've hit our time marker, guys. Is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
November 9th, Shut Up and Ink. We had Revolution Ink Tattoo Studios for the
Across from the big wash tub.
Yep, on Hatcher Lane. We're gonna be out there. Then the after party is
It's not Hatcher Lane, is it? I thought that was Trotwood.
no, this Hatcher Lane.
Is it?
Big Wash Tub. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the after party is gonna be at the Sky Bar, 179 River Road. We're gonna have some tattoo artists down there. It's gonna be dope. So we're gonna be doing I don't know. We having a Supreme Vegan. I think is gonna be cooking up the food for us and all that.
I guess so.
Yeah. So November the 9th. Put it in your calendars. Come rock with us. Follow me on Instagram at Yeezy LaFlair. Check out the WhoDat page. Make sure you stay active. Make sure you stay in the work recovery page on Facebook if you're doing this strike. If you're looking for a job.
Right. We've got Damian Boggs next week on the show.
Yo,
Yeah, he's
make
coming.
sure you guys tune in next week. It's a motherfucking treat.
Yeah. So
I
Damian
promise
Boggs
you
will be
that.
on here. He's going to be performing on November 9th, Shut Up and Ink. Short and Low. Weaver. What is Derek Weaver? Will be doing a glass blowing display.
Then we have the fire.
Yeah, then we have the fire dancer. I need to contact her too.
Yeah.
So we also have, what is the poet group?
Oh yeah, Frizzy, our last guest, the Po Boys and Poets.
They will be
Coming doing
performing
poetry.
So yeah, we've got a lineup of entertainment on top of the 6 contestants, on top of the entertainment, the podcast, the food trucks, everything. So make sure you're there. Please be there. It's free. It's free. Why the fuck wouldn't you come?
Exactly.
Really,
Come
why the
take
fuck
pictures.
wouldn't you
We
come?
kiss babies.
Yeah, all that bullshit.
Josh, anything?
As far as it goes, I think I can't remember when the next debate is. I'll get you for
Okay.
that if people want to tune into that. As far as it goes, till next time I see y'all.
All right, hold on. One last thing.
Yes.
The union goes on to vote. Hold on, I'm gonna change this camera angle.
Wow.
Boom. They are going to vote tomorrow on their new contract. So there's a possibility y'all will be going back to work. I wanted to try and get somebody on here beforehand to talk to about the details of the contract, but it didn't happen. Some conflict, but tomorrow they're going to vote. And we'll see how that turns out. I know a lot of people are ready to go back to work. A lot of people want to work, but if the contract ain't right, then it ain't right. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I don't have the details of it. I've just heard speculation, and I really don't like to fuck with speculation.
Right.
But if, there's a chance y'all might be going back to work soon, there's a chance y'all might not either. So,
But we'll keep you updated.
yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would go there live to wherever they're voting and let it run. You know what I'm saying? And get people's opinions and stuff. But I will be at work. So, Brandon, you got anything?
Stay blessed. Stay safe. And don't be scared to think. Question things. It's not illegal yet.
Right.
And hit that donate button.
Yes, go to the page. There's a sign up button. Sign up button on the page. Sign up for the Patreon. We could use your support. The more support we get, the further we can go, the further we can put Columbia where we need to, and the more exposure we can give to all these locals that we have on the show, showing you what they do and doing what they love and stuff like that. So, yeah. Well,
But just stick around. Keep us updated on anything that you might want us to talk about. Don't be shy. Come by the page, post a link, let us see any of these crazy videos or whatever.
yeah, somebody send Brandon the pastor video. Send it to him. He ready to see this pastor do what he
This shit
do.
sounds funny. First send him one of the 3 girls just giving out random head.
I'll send you the barbershop
Send me
video.
that one.
Yeah.
Somebody send me the pastor video. And then any other videos y'all might know about, just shoot those to me. I'll talk about them next week. But for real, anything you want us to cover on the show or hit or talk about, Put it on the page.
You know what? We're definitely going to be covering the drug epidemic. Really every single Sunday, I wake up to somebody dead. And I'm looking for a drug counselor to come on the show and to talk about this epidemic, to get people help, and
especially in Tennessee.
Yes,
we're too high ranked in that.
Right, like, is it rest in peace, Corey Rossman. That was my my Sunday message wake up to. Well, really, it was Saturday in the middle of the day. I didn't even get to wake up Sunday. Saturday, I was getting the message. So, he was a classmate of mine, and it's something we just need to address and we need to do. You lost someone the weekend before, didn't you?
Yeah, Dravius Vasilio Hidalgo Esmond, long name. But my friend, classmate, also just had his funeral yesterday, and then after the funeral, when we were getting together and eating, we got word about Corey. So it was, you get done with one, and you get news about the other, and it's been like that, like you pointed out,
right.
The last 2 months.
Yeah,
So I would like to get somebody who's has a history or is still dealing with addiction. I would like to get a drug counselor. I'd like to get a pharmacist.
Right.
I would like to get like different cogs in the whole thing. And,
right.
And really like have a real discussion.
Right.
I really like that.
So if you know somebody, just send them our way. I put a post up. People have been responding. I've got a couple names. I got to check them out and see which one I want on here. But I'm going to get somebody on here, and we're going to do a special episode just about that. Yep. Just about epidemic, ways to help people, where they need to go, the fight, the struggle, all that stuff. And then we'll follow that up with people who are surviving who were addicts.
Yep.
So after we do that, after we do one, we're going to do the other. So follow the full spectrum and try and get people involved, try and get people... trying to get help and information out to people.
Yes.
So this is obviously a problem that's not going away, No. So, and
make it, though.
We're going to take the first step at trying to find people help. And then the second step is to let them follow up and see people who are surviving, who have been there. But really, the problem, to me, in my eyes, and you can hate me for saying this, the problem... y'all know who's selling these drugs to these people. They're killing your community. That's what it is. They're killing their community. They're feeding themselves to kill you. So, and yeah, a lot of people say if it ain't one person, it's another. Yeah, but you remember them X pills. What did they do about them X pills? They started putting attempted murder charges on them X pills.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, I don't know where to find an X pill right now.
They're still out there.
They're there, but it ain't like what it was before. You get an X pill fast and you get some weed.
Right.
They put them attempted murder charges on that shit. That shit was gone.
It's easier to produce these other drugs though than X pills. It's just a different monster. But we're gonna get to the root cause of it though.
Yeah.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the root cause. The only way that you can kill a tree is if you expose the root to the light.
Yeah.
So you gotta we get to the root cause of it and then work our way up from there, and then follow it up with the episode of people that have survived and beat it or still dealing with it and
right.
Years sober and all that. Then you just put something out into the atmosphere and you see what happens.
We should make a shirt for that.
We can do that.
You know what I mean? The only way, say it again.
Oh, the only way to kill a tree is expose the root to the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we'll come up with something.
Yeah. Like you all right. I'm high. That did come out pretty nice.
Yeah.
But y'all stay blessed. Have a good week. If we get any news, we might do a little special presentation in the middle of the week. But until then, signing out. SS WhoDat.
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 You're now